I'm doing terrifically. How are you? Well, luckily, most of it was done before the pandemic. We finished it during it, but the whole way the album came about was I've always listened to Philly soul and Motown and Memphis. I grew up listening to that. I was lucky I saw Otis Redding when I was a child. I saw Solomon Burke. Um, that music is part of the foundation of what I do. So my influences aren't limited to what we might think is the obvious. Um, and this music, to me, has become just samples and rap tunes. And these songs are so great that I thought everybody needs to hear them. Uh, and everybody in the band agrees. We got together to bring joy to this music and to do it live and show everybody just how beautiful and exciting the music is. So um, everybody in the band, there's at full team, it's 17 people, and everybody in the band has played with everyone from Natalie Cole to Whitney Houston to Stevie Wonder to the Temptations to John Mayer, Christina Aguilera, Pink. It's uh, it's a really terrific bunch of people, and I think what comes across on the album and the videos and when you see us live is the joy of what we're doing. We're just having a ball. Well, when you see greatness, whether it's music or art, you know it. You know it in corazon, you know it in your heart, you know it in emotion. You don't have to think about it. You just go, I am in the presence of greatness. And seeing Otis Redding on stage really showed me that greatness has no form, no size, no color. Greatness is around us in the world. I had the same feeling when I saw Jimi Hendrix. I saw him twice, and it was the same thing. It was this is this is not of this world. This is just greatness. Um, and I think I've experienced it many times, and all those moments really influenced me. Mm. Um, I think that in the case of Soul Station, you don't want to stray too far from what was done. Uh, I wasn't interested, none of us were interested in um, reimagining or changing those songs. We wanted to do them justice without copying, without listening to every note and trying to imitate it. This was about feeling something and mirroring it, letting out how we saw it. So that's really what it was. It was just great music that we wanted to play, but we wanted to do it with great respect and with passion. There's a lot of music nowadays. When you use computers, you can get perfection, but all the great music is not perfect. The greatest music is imperfect and has passion. I think one of the most important things was to not look at the song under a microscope, not listen to it and go, oh, that's not perfect. It became, does it feel good? That's what makes all great music great, is that it feels good. The first Led Zeppelin album is not perfect, but it feels great. The Motown songs, not perfect, but they feel great. And that's what uh, is what attracts people, is the human emotion of it. So we were very, very conscious of, does this sound good? Yeah, okay, then let's move on. Not, well, let's fix this tiny thing and this tiny thing. No, if you listen to all the great music, you will hear imperfections. Sometimes you even hear mistakes. That's okay. None. It's, I will be as honest as I can. This album is everything that I wanted it to be. The response from people who I find inspiring, people who I consider uh, major contributors to music, um, love it. Um Rod Stewart loves the album. Tony Braxton loves the album. Paul Rogers loves the album. It goes on and on. Otis Williams from the Temptations loves the album. So as far as I'm concerned, I already won. It doesn't matter if it sells 10 copies, 10,000, 10 million. Doesn't matter. I already won. We have so much good time together and we enjoy each other so much. Uh, Band members come over to my house. We all hang out. We text each other or speak almost daily. So um, being in the studio was just a joy. We had uh, a commitment to doing something, but it was a team effort, and it was always exciting. Well, I wanted songs on the album that had not necessarily the songs that are songs by some of the more shouters, Wilson Pickett, um, some of Otis, but Otis could also sing the soft songs. Dennis Edwards from the Temps. I wanted songs that made people feel close to each other. I wanted songs that had more of a romantic, kind of heartfelt quality to them. So we kind of lean towards those songs. There are also a lot of the songs that are in the live set. So we just took those, and then as we were working and I started writing for the album, we were adding new songs, and we wound up with 14 songs on the album, which is quite quite a full album. I couldn't think about any of that. Um, I can't second guess, nor do I want to second guess music industry, uh, public perception, public consumption. I just want, I want to follow my heart. I want to do what feels good to me. Usually when I do something I like, it finds other people that like, because we share so much in common that if I find something that makes me happy, someone else will enjoy it too. Um, I can't guess what the public wants. It's, I have to first think, what do I want? Well, it's been terrible for everybody, sometimes more than people realize. People don't realize how anxious they are, how depressed they are, um, stressed. And then on top of it, you have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people dying. And what I've tried to do on social media is connect to people and let them know that we all need each other, and that if we can learn anything through this, it's that we're very important to each other. We're very necessary, and um, if you need to talk to somebody, reach out. And if you're somebody who feels you can help someone else, you reach out. Um, I really hope that what people learn from this pandemic is how much we need each other and how important we are to each other. Um, I feel that we're all in this together. We're all experiencing it together, and we will all get through it together. Um, it's not permanent. It's always important for people to remember what in life is temporary, because otherwise we lose hope. If we think that things won't change, things will change, and until then, we can think about the future, and we can think about when we will be together. And I know I will be back on stage, and I know um, there will be magic again. It will be a victory for all of us that we made it through something very, very awful. And and to be able to resume that part of our lives will be like a curtain being lifted, a cloud being blown away. You know, it will be crazy joyous. Well, what we're doing on the end of the road is a really great set list, and it covers all the areas and all the periods of the band. So we're in pretty good shape, and the show is phenomenal. So we just want to resume what we were doing. You know, for every one person who says, "Why don't you change the set every night?" There's 20,000 people who go, that set list was great. So I want to get back out there. On which list? I'm sorry. Hmm. Um, that's an interesting question because I listen to so many different kinds of music, and I'll tell you right now, I'm loving Silk Sonic. I'm loving Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. That's that's crazy good. Um, Adrian Smith and Richie Kotzen have a great album and a bunch of songs. Um, Ariana Grande, some of her stuff is just killer, and um, you know, the list goes on. I always find myself going back to Motown and Philly soul and Led Zeppelin. You know, that's my foundation to a large extent. Well, what they're doing is so terrific, you know. And I urge people, stop listening to one kind of music. You don't eat one kind of food. You will gain something. Your life will be better for opening your ears and opening your eyes. And if you listen to something thinking you won't like it, you probably won't like it. But you are the one who is less for it. Same thing with, you know, you love pizza. You want to eat it 3 times a day. I don't. I can't wait. I have to say that when it comes to fire and passion and people who really show their feelings, Mexico's, you know, right up there at the top. There's, you know, you have a lot to be proud of. De nada.